It was a sunny Tuesday afternoon, and I was knee-deep in a work call, trying to explain code bugs to a client, when my phone buzzed with a motion alert from my front porch camera. I usually ignore those, probably just another Amazon delivery, right? But something nagged at me, so I glanced at the notification. What I saw made my jaw drop and my blood boil. There, in crystal clear HD, was Susan Harper, the queen bee of our HOA, casually scooping up 3 of my Amazon packages and strolling off like she owned them. My heart raced. Did the president of Maple Grove's HOA just steal my stuff in broad daylight? I wrapped up my call as fast as I could, my mind spinning. Susan, or the warden, as the neighbors whisper behind her back, had been a thorn in my side since I moved here. But this was next level. I stormed over to her house, adrenaline pumping, and jabbed her doorbell. She opened the door with that fake, syrupy smile that never reached her eyes. "Oh, hi there, Matt," she chirped, her voice dripping with condescension. "What can I do for you?" "My packages," I said, keeping my voice steady but firm. "The ones you took from my porch an hour ago. I'd like them back." Her smile vanished, replaced by a haughty sniff. "Those suspicious-looking boxes," she said, clutching her pearls metaphorically, of course. "I removed them for safety reasons. As HOA president, it's my duty to protect this neighborhood. Too many strange deliveries could attract criminals. I was going to inspect them and present them at the next board meeting as EVY Denke." "EVY Denke of what?" I shot back, my patience thinning. "That I order stuff online like every other person in America?" She didn't blink. "Well, I'm sorry if you feel inconvenienced," she said, not sounding sorry at all. "But rules are rules. Unusual act EVY, time must be monitored." She handed over my packages already opened, mind you with a warning that she'd be keeping an eye on things. I walked home, clutching my VY OLAT boxes, my gut telling me this was far from over. I'd only been in Maple Grove for 3 months, lured by the tidy lawns and affordable homes. The real estate agent conveniently forgot to mention Susan Harper, a middle-aged woman with a perfectly styled pixie cut and an iron grip on the HOA. From day one, she made it clear I didn't fit her VY shown of the ideal resident. First, she complained my Honda CI VYC wasn't classy enough for VY side of parking. Then came notes about my trash cans being out 2 hours too long, followed by citation for grass that was a 1/4 inch too tall. But her obsession with my deliveries? That was something else. "You get a lot of packages for someone, leave VYing alone," she'd said at the neighborhood barbecue, her eyes narrowing. "What exactly do you do for work?" The way she asked made it sound like she thought I was running a cartel instead of coding software from home. Susan had declared herself neighborhood watch captain, despite our community already paying for professional security. She'd cruise the streets in her shiny white SUV, snapping photos of VY-olations and Leah VY-ing laminated notices on doors. Most neighbors just rolled their eyes and complied to avoid her wrath, but I wasn't about to let her bully me, especially not after she started stealing my stuff. After that first incident, my deliveries kept vanishing. An expensive SSD drive, birthday gifts for my niece, even a meal kit, poof, gone. Each time, my doorbell camera caught Susan snatching them, and each confrontation brought wilder excuses: potential contraband, security threats, unauthorized deliveries not cleared by the HOA. It was absurd, but she said it with such VY tie-in that some neighbors started buying her nonsense. I'd had enough. I installed discrete security cameras around my porch and street, one she wouldn't spot, and started talking to neighbors. Turns out, I wasn't alone. Jake across the street lost medication packages. Lisa, 2 doors down, was missing art supplies. Even HOA board member Claire had a wine club delivery misplaced during one of Susan's security sweeps. The more we talked, the clearer it got. Susan targeted new residents or anyone who dared question her at board meetings. She patrolled more frequently, clipboard in hand, Leah VYing notes about unfamiliar shipments posing risks. The community forum buzzed with complaints, but Susan dismissed them, citing bylaws that didn't exist. Things hit a boiling point one Tuesday when my phone pinged 3 times in a row. I opened my security app and watched, heart pounding, as Susan not only grabbed my packages but hit two other houses, glancing around like a thief in the night before stuffing everything in her trunk. This wasn't violence. This was a crime spree. I downloaded the footage and called the police, my hands shaking. The officer who showed up seemed skeptical. HOA disputes are usually CIVYL, he said, but his jaw tightened when he saw the VY-DAO. That's not an HOA issue, he said. That's theft, plain and simple. I took a gamble and posted the footage to the neighborhood forum with a simple caption. Anyone else missing packages? The response was explosive. Neighbors flooded the thread with stories and even their own VY-DAOs of Susan in action. The community, silenced by her reign, was finally roaring back. The next morning, I was on a VY-DAO call when police cruisers rolled up to Susan's house. I excused myself, stepped onto my porch, and joined a growing crowd of neighbors. We watched, barely breathing, as officers knocked on her door. Susan answered with her HOA president smile, but it crumbled when they explained why they were there. "This is ridiculous," she shouted, her voice echoing. "I'm the HOA president. I was conducting security inspections per community bylaws." The officers stayed calm, asking to check her garage. She refused, demanding a warrant, which only made her look guiltier. When they returned with one, the whole street was watching, phones out, recording. What they found shocked even me. Susan's garage was a thief's treasure trove, dozens of packages, some opened, some sealed, addressed to neighbors across Maple Grove. My SSD was there, still in its box. Jake's meds, Lisa's art supplies, even stuff people hadn't realized was gone. The EVY-DAO was undeniable. Susan stood in her driveway, face red, screeching, "This is a misunderstanding. I was protecting this neighborhood from porch pirates." Nobody bought it, especially not the cops. When they tried questioning her, she slammed her door, locking them out. Big mistake. Within minutes, Susan was handcuffed on her pristine lawn, the same lawn she'd find others for hot VYing weeds on. "You'll regret this," she yelled as they led her to the cruiser, her pixie cut a mess. "I've given everything to this community. I've upheld standards." She was still ranting about bylaws as they shut the car door. The arrest was just the start. The investigation uncovered 8 months of theft, hitting 27 households. Susan had kept a spreadsheet of suspicious ordering BHA VY-ORs, tracking our deliveries like a deranged detective. The irony? Our so-called protector was the biggest porch pirate of all. An emergency HOA meeting was packed, with standing room only. Susan, facing federal mail theft charges, wasn't there. The board voted unanimously to oust her and ban her from any future role. At her hearing, the judge tore through her community protection defense. She got 18 months in prison, restitution to all VY Tims, and a DULA $10,000 fine. As the sentence hit, Susan sobbed. "I was just enforcing the rules. I'm a respected leader." But as she was led away, the only thing destroyed was her grip on Maple Grove. Looking back, I'm glad I checked that notification. It wasn't just about my package sit, it was about standing up to a bully who thought she was untouchable. Maple Grove feels different now, like we've taken our neighborhood back. But it makes you wonder, how many Susans are out there hiding behind titles and rules? What would you do if someone like her targeted you? Would you confront her, gather EVY-DAO, or just let it slide to avoid the drama? And here's the big one. Was Susan a misguided control freak or a straight-up criminal mastermind? Drop your thoughts below, hit that like button if your team take down the HOA tyrant, and subscribe for more wild neighborhood sagas.